Greetings, Battle Brothers. It's me, Aurelia Tempris, Defender of the Golden Throne and Servant of Humanity. My workspace is a mess. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. 'Cause I've been working on this Baneblade day and night. Day and night. Not really, but it needs to get done, and I need to put in hours outside of stream to get it done. Hi guys, hello! 1 second, I gotta reorganize my screens a little bit. There we go. There, I can see you better. I can see you better. There you go. There we go. Yeah, hello everyone. Today we're just chilling and hanging out. And we're gonna work on the Baneblade. I don't know how far we'll get because a lot of today is going to be applying gloss, and the gloss takes hours to dry, so it's the sort of thing where it may not be a particularly long stream. I have other things I gotta do for the Baneblade, but it might be like, okay, we put a coat on this, and then this has got to dry for several hours before I can do anything else. Couldn't find gold colored nitrile gloves? No. But I didn't look. I'll be honest. I have not looked. I've not looked for them. I just finished my 5th Baneblade. Wow. Yeah, apparently this is triple thick. I have no idea. I bought it at the store and I was like, oh, this looks good. And yeah. So, okay. Do you guys want to hear my tale of woe? Do you want to hear my tale of woe? You guys may already know what the tale of woe is, because there's enough information here you can probably figure it out. My tale of woe, you have to say yes. I won't subject you to it. Actually, that's not true. I'll probably say it anyway, because people are gonna ask. That turned out nice. Shiny. So, my Baneblade. Beautiful. White and gold marble. So this is part of the top. So I haven't put gloss on this yet. So here's an unfortunate thing. I did some tests with the gloss. So this was one of like my test pieces. There was another piece of gloss and I was like, oh, okay, this looks nice, but the coat is too thin. And for the Baneblade and the spray paint, it comes off as uneven, whereas you want something kind of more shiny. So I applied a second coat. I applied multiple coats and I thought, oh, this will be fine. The color turned out good. So I put the coats on, and unfortunately it has done a thing that I was not anticipating. I think you can just tell by me turning the Baneblade. I applied gloss to this already. It's more blue in person. But yeah, it's not white and gold anymore. It's definitely a bluish color. And this is permanent. It is very shiny. I mean, look how shiny it is. It is the shiniest thing you have ever seen. So, unfortunately, we are at the point where, when I discovered this was a few days ago, I was like, well, we have to commit. Unfortunately, we have to commit and we have to gloss the whole thing. Question, why'd you not test on the bottom? Bro, you're making me feel like, look, I've been feeling bad about this for days. I tested it on other pieces. I swear on my life I did, and they did not turn out this color. And no, it's just because it's green. I wanted it to be white. Like, I wanted it to be like a really pretty white, and this side isn't as strong, but you can still, I mean, I still put a coat on this because I was like, oh, well, I've gotta. Yeah, I don't know why I did this. So yeah, no, I'm not painting the inside the Baneblade. Why would I do that? Yeah, no, it doesn't look bad. It just wasn't what I wanted. Surely there's a way to paint it to tone down the green. I mean, so yes, technically there probably is a way, but it is a glossy surface. Yeah, it works really well. It just for some reason turns my stuff green. Greenish blue. I don't know. It makes me sad. It will still look very nice because we'll have all the consistency with the colors. So everything will end up looking like it should because it'll at least match. Yeah, I don't know. So what is this thing that's turning it green anyway? I have no idea. I'm assuming it's some like chemical reaction. Yeah, it still 100% looks like marble. It was just, I really wanted the shiny white marble. And I don't know. I tested it, like, guys, I swear on my life, I tested it. And like, you can see, these are bases that I made. Similar recipe, not the same recipe, I'll give you that. But similar recipe, not green. And I used the gloss on this. So I don't know what happened. So I am the big sad. Yeah, it like changed the whole thing. So I don't know what the deal is. If it was, it has to be some chemical reaction with the paint I use. It's also, these I glossed right after. So I glossed them within like a day or two of making these. Versus this paint has been sitting out for at least a year. I don't know. I don't know. Your cute feminine hams, tomboy forearms, and angelic voice. I should read them before I say them out loud. Thank you, Professor, for the super chat. What makes my arms, my forearms tomboyish? I would like to know. I would like to know. Yo, that looks freaking amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Jarl. I was just talking about how my gloss turned it green, and I'm a little sad about it, but it'll be okay. It's fine. Oh no, I guess I have to buy another Baneblade. That's what I'm taking from this. I guess I just have to buy another Baneblade. Is it the trim? Maybe a different primer? The primer is different. So the primer on here is black. The primer on the bases is white. So I did think about that, but I'm not sure. So one thing that I also did, you probably can see, I actually marked. So when I was doing some prep work in the very beginning to see what areas I wanted marble and what areas not, I marked it with Sharpie. So before I glossed it, I have to say, this is awesome. This did a great job because this, you couldn't see this. This little dot here, you couldn't see that prior to the glossing process. After I put this gloss on, dude, that Sharpie dot showed up. Incredible. Incredible. So it works really well. It makes it look really nice. Yeah, but I don't think the black should turn it blue. It's really weird because, like, the fact that it goes this deep, like, let me tell you, when I did it, I primed it black, and then I basically did a coat of white because I didn't think to use white primer. This was over a year ago, so maybe it's that, but no, so the process is airbrush. So basically, like, you prime it white, if you, whatever marble color you want, prime it that color as the base, and then you do streaks of another color on top of that. So I did two different colors. For this one, it's like a black and then like a pearlescent black and then a gold. And then you take a makeup wipe or a baby wipe, stretch it out, make sure it's dry, and then you do white or your main color over top of it. Adjust the makeup wipe after it dries so you can get like two different like styles, patterns. And then I did like a pearl, a shiny white pearl at the top. So it has like depths. You can see it kind of has a shine to it. I mean, this is also glossy, so that's why. So that's what I did. Airbrushing. Yeah. So, I guess I have to go buy another Bane blade eventually, but, you know, we'll see. Either way, the result is really looking cool, even though it's not what you're looking for. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed, but it is what it is. It just can't be helped at this point, so we just gotta keep moving on. But, like, the gloss, I mean, you saw this. Look at that. That's shiny. So, there you go. There's a good example of the greenish color. It's like green, blue. It's kind of weird. I guess I didn't get this corner over here. I gotta get that. So, yeah. Those bases would be so sick for Emperor's children? No, because they're for Custodes. Not for Emperor's children, not for any heretics. So, the reason I'm wearing gloves today is because we're going to be working with the gloss. I don't want the gloss on my hands, so gloves for the gloss. But we'll be doing a little bit of painting because I have to re-gloss some areas, so I have to cover up that Sharpie dot. So I just put a little bit like paint on it, and then I'll put more gloss on top of it once it dries. And now I wanted to see what someone said that about my forearms. Hang on, sorry, this is really important. I really need to know. The light hair on my forearms, that's what makes it... The hair on my forearms makes it tomboyish. You thank my dad. Thank my dad for my, the hair on my forearms. No, someone said earlier I had feminine hands, tomboyish forearms, and I was like, well, what makes... Like, what makes, like, the arm... the tomboyish arm? That's what I was wondering, because I don't you guys don't see my biceps or anything, but you guys can see, you know, my forearms, so I was very curious. So the marble armor concept is a really nice one. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, see, I was wondering, I was like, well, it's very... And like, yeah, there's muscle, but like, how much muscle is like realistically like in your... Like, I can't flex, like, you can flex your forearm, but like, that's not like the same. Like, it's not like, oh, wow, she's so strong, she has a forearm. New insecurity, now she has to shave her arms. No, man, I've kind of accepted it at this point, and it keeps me warm. Keeps me warm in the winter. No, it's pretty light colored, so it's not too bad. But yeah, no, I was like, ah, thanks, Dad. Thank you for the hairy arms, but it's not a big deal. No one's really, like... I'm not the kind of, like, I don't need to shave every part of me, because if you shave, like, it comes back, like, darker and worse. So, no, not an insecurity, just a thing. I was just curious. I was like, my tomboyish forearms, the new one. I mean, you're making a Baneblade tank that in itself makes you seem tomboyish. So I agree with that, but it was because he called my forearms tomboyish, which is what I was curious about. It makes you think, like, what makes a body part a tomboyish body part? That's all. I'm not throwing hate or anything. I was just, it caught me off guard. Grab my towels. Bane blade of your existence. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. I regret nothing. No, I didn't say you needed to regret anything. I've just never heard that. Usually when people come in here, they say I have a nice hands or the nice voice, or better yet, nice Bane blade. So the fact that I got a compliment on my forearms was just, you know, surprising to me. Boss is also big gremlin. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, hey chat, this is the glue. It's not glue, but I kind of think of it as glue. Glue water. This is the paint water. sorry to return to the marble technique. Is there a video example of this somewhere you could direct me toward? There are probably some on the YouTubes. I just came up with it. Like, I did this myself. It's like makeup, like I would say, they call it baby wipe. I have access to makeup wipes, not baby wipes. So I just use makeup wipes. So if you just look up baby wipe airbrush tutorial, you'll find it. But I don't have a link ready to go for you or anything. So adding marble tutorial video to Aurelia's to-do list. I already did all my bases. I don't think people are really interested in my painting techniques. I mean, I don't really paint. I don't have super duper good skills, bro. I don't. There might be a clip. There might be a clip of me saying it, but I definitely didn't stream it because I had to do it outside, and like there's like, you know, if you need some like extra materials in order to do airbrushing, and they just not conducive for stream because it's kind of loud. If you have time and energy, it wouldn't hurt to make a video. Well, it's kind of more like, what is worth my time? Should I make a video, or would I be better off planning on what I'm going to do for streams? I don't think I'm going to necessarily get a lot of views, and doing painting like technique and content is not something I have an extreme interest in doing. So I could make a video, you're absolutely right. But I don't think that's the best use of my time. So, all right. So here's what we got to do. We're going to do a couple different things today. So first off, we got to cover up these Sharpie dots. Note to self, if I'm using a gloss, don't dot anything with a Sharpie. We've got a couple of them on different pieces. Oh yeah, I put this together. Look at that. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. So we're gonna make those look nice, and then we're gonna be glossing a lot of stuff. Not glazing, glossing. So yeah, we'll see how long it takes, but once I run out of things to gloss, there's nothing more to do for the Baneblade, because this needs like 24 hours to set. But we're gonna do a couple different things. Like, we'll probably do these pieces here. I have a baggie full of the armor plates. So, you know. You're saying it can't be glazed and eaten? No, what? No, I was saying we're glossing, not glazing. That's all I was saying. So, yeah, we're just gonna add just a cut, like just a little bit, because I have done a test where I have a little bit of paint and then I do a gloss over top of it, and it works fine enough. So we're just gonna do that and just call it good. It's just a tiny bit of, it blends in better on when it was white, but I even went through and tried to cover up all the Sharpie, even like so I really couldn't see it, but it would still pop up. I was like really like oh, okay then. So we're just gonna do little dots, and then we're gonna let it all dry, and then we'll be. And it still looks nice. I feel like it has something to do with the gold. I don't know. I feel like it has something to do with the gold I used. I'm just not sure. Not sure, man. We're just gonna... Not all of them have the dot problem. Some of them, like, I had no idea there... I did this part yesterday. So I did the Aquila yesterday. I had no idea there were 2 Sharpie dots on here. Had zero clue. I could not tell. So And no, I don't think the Sharpie was what manipulated it, because there's parts of this Baneblade. So this one doesn't have any Sharpie dots. But this side does. So I don't know why, like, it appears on some sections, like, more than others. It's just weird. It's just weird. I bet you there's, like, a dot on here that we're gonna find later. But the gloss is really good. It definitely penetrates, all the layers. And it looks really pretty when you apply it. It also makes me think of, like, opals. Yeah, we'll see how far we get. The hard parts to, like, get the gloss on are the, like, the rounded sections. It's like I have to do several thin layers in order for it to look right. Opalescent Baneblade would go hard. Yeah, you really need to get the colors right for that. Yeah, this is the underside. But I think I'm gonna leave it so you can see, like, for comparison's sake. See how, like, shiny that is? Like, that is super shiny and reflective because it's, like, one thick layer. I had to do this in sections, and it's a bit, like, grainy looking in some spots. Like, you can see it's, like, the way it shines here. It's not, like, one smooth layer. I don't know if I'll go back over and make it so it's perfectly shiny on the bottom. I don't think it needs it, but I want it to at least be... It has the same color. If I do go back over it, it'll be fine. So. You're only doing 2 pontoons. You're missing out on the free extra guns. Well, I'm not playing with this piece. I don't play guard. I'm not a guard girly, to the sadness of many. But, no. I'm keeping it to the regular Baneblade. Although I did do the marbling on the other ones. So let me check these. I'm wondering if I Sharpied some of these. I think this one I did. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff we can do the gloss for. So we need... So this is, I think, all the Aquilas. And I need to grab these out of a bag. I have more of those. Just tuned in after work. This is looking good so far. Thank you. I appreciate it. Check a thing. So, yeah. What's my main army? Custodes. Actually, let me grab my guys. 1 second. So I won't pull all of them over here, but I recently, with the bases I made, I recently got to completely finish some of my minis because they were done, but they didn't have bases. So I have a set of Terminators completely painted and a set of Wardens completely painted. So I gotta keep working on them because I've got like 2 more of each, not including Guard and some bikes, but I really wanted to finish the Baneblade. But yeah, I wanted marble bases for my Custodes because I wanted them to be like they're in the Imperial Palace. So. Yeah, so those are my guys. The gold rims are so good. Thank you. I did those by hand. But that's not too hard. That's Retributor armor. I really wanted this shiny gold. I'm a sucker for this. This is my favorite shade of gold. I love it. Perfect for minis. And the gold rims just... I feel like it's so classy. It's so classy. So I gotta finish painting my Custodes, but I wanted to do the Baneblade because apparently one of my mods reminded me that I apparently said for a New Year's resolution that I would finish my Custodes, not Custodes, my Baneblade. And I was like, oh, I gotta get on that then. I see you're not doing this sleek black Terminator armor. Guess that's too sexy for tabletop. I mean, why don't you do it? I know what I like, and the black is very nice, but that's not the vibe I'm going for. I like the shield host. I like the gold and the purple. I wear gold and purple, so why shouldn't my Custodes wear gold and purple, you know? We got little pieces to paint. Got these. These are extras. I don't think I need to do anything with these. So, yeah, okay, I think we'll put most of these back. I'm just gonna focus on the gloss, because I'm doing more Baneblade stuff on Friday, and I would like to finish it then. So we'll do like finishing details. I get the feeling we're not gonna finish it. Actually, no, we're gonna keep these out. So torn on if I want the barrels to be black. I don't know if I like it. We'll see. I picked up a royal purple because I liked it so much, but I haven't found anything to paint with it yet. No, you have to wait. You have to don't get a color and then not have an army. You have to have like a specific purpose in mind. I like Phoenician purple. That's what I used for my Custodes. Okay. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of like doing the gold and the purple. I really like the gold. Like, I like it. I like it a lot. Don't need that. I miss the Viking nails. I hope you guys know I'm never gonna do those again. I probably won't do those again. Maybe not never. But I'm not gonna do those again because you said it too much the first time. You said it too much. These. Thank you, Lamb. I just hoard colors I like. Well, no, but that's not good. Like, certain... Depends on the paint, but sometimes, like, paints can go bad and stuff, and then you're not using them, and then you're wasting money. But I don't know if I'm really, like... I'm talking to Warhammer fans here. I think you guys know... I think you guys already know about that. You got your gray piles of shame. I mean, I have mine too, so it's not like I'm judging. I think I'm just talking to the wrong room. That goes there. Okay. I need a couple more of these. These are actually pretty much done, I think. Yeah, so I'll paint... Where are the guns? Here they are. They're over here. So I'll do the gloss on this edge. On this face here. And then I think afterwards we can just... snap them in and... call it good, because I think I got all these other sides. I had to pull this apart to get to the gun, but... Yeah, I think once we do that, it's pretty much good to go. Throw a top on it. Yeah. Should be good. Oh, the question is, do I need to touch up the top? Yeah, I gotta do some touch up on this top. You see it's like really dark. Ooh. It's dark there, so I gotta do that now. Couldn't remember if that was gonna look like that. Okay. So we're gonna look at these and add some white, because we'll eventually do gloss. I think I'm gonna need 2 more streams after this one. Hello, hello, welcome in. We're just chilling tonight and working on minis. It's now December, so you know you can officially. I'm not gonna get mad about Christmas songs too early. So now it's fine to Christmas songs and stuff. There we go. That didn't work like I wanted. Oh well. Is that a dark Eldar Doro? No. So this is what, so technically it is a Doro, but my chat calls it a skitter. It just kind of happened. So this is me as a Doro or a skitter. And then one of my chatters made coasters out of like slate. It's stone. And they etched the Doro on it, so I use it to like hold my water cups or my actual drinks. I don't drink that. There you go. That's the you can see here we have the skitters. This here skitter has been used the most in my chat. I think it's like 12,000 times. And the second place one is the rainbow skitter, RGB skitter. And it has been used 6,000 times, so it's not even close which one is more popular. So there, the skitters. I'm very excited. I was ordering some of my merch, because I don't get it for free with Uwu Market. You just don't get your merch for free. That's just kind of standard for most places. So I was ordering my merch and I got my skitter sticker. So it's supposed to come in the mail. Out of curiosity, is my video lagging? Because I'm seeing it on OBS and it looks laggy. So I don't know if you guys are experiencing that. How would we know? Kind of a little bit. Okay, yeah, because you'll see like my hand stopped here for a second just now. I don't know why that is. Hang on. Let me restart it. Because has it been like that before? Because I haven't been paying attention, but I've been noticing it more because I'm looking at chat more often today. Okay. Let me restart it. The camera. Because I don't know why it's doing that. Hang on, I'm testing it on the other screen. It is a bit like, has it been like that in the past? First time. Okay, it is for the first time. Okay, because I was like, this is new. I didn't do any updates. I didn't change anything. Let me see if there's any settings I can mess with, because I didn't change anything. No filters. AI background, no. Doing that. Because it's supposed to tell me when it updates. It was working fine until you pointed out. I don't know about that, because it was definitely lagging earlier. Like I noticed it on my own screen. Preview format. Okay. Does it pop up? Does the quality still look good? It always looks good. Well, not always, as we just figured out. Oh, and thank you, shout out for the bits. I don't remember if I thanked you for that. Okay, I am content, I think. I'd be a DJ. Okay, anyways. Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry about that. I was like, is it just me? Is it my OBS glitching, or is it you're seeing it? So, cool. What was I doing? We were talking about skitters. Skitters. Every time I hear the word skitter in a Warhammer audiobook, I'm like, oh, skitters. I get very excited. So we all let this dry. We've got a couple things up here. I was just about to say we were gonna lube up the tank, but that is not what's happening. We are putting gloss on it. Man, what is going on with me? I was like, what? What? What are you doing with that tank, Aurelia? Nothing. None of your business. Anyways, we're doing non-heretical things. Okay. She joined the Mechanicus. Good morning, Black Ink. I am also a lurker. I don't know. So on Twitch they have ever since Spotify started doing it. Ooh, that fell out. We should fix that. Ever since Spotify started doing like Wrapped, I think every other media platform does it, but Twitch had a like they have their like Twitch. Oh shoot. They had their like Twitch, like, this is what your average like stuff was like this past year. And like, do you guys want to know how many hours I like watched? Like the top person that I watched, and it was like 28 hours. And the next person was like 27. Like, I don't watch streams. I just don't. I was like, man. Grumptopus, thank you so much for the Prime sub. And yes, I will hydrate. Thank you, Mr. Clean. Thank you. I will do that right now. Slurpy slurpy. Nice looking Beyblade. Thank you. Thank you. We are making it shiny. Cue the crab from Moana. By the way, I thought Moana was an okay movie. We're just gonna go into takes. I saw Moana with a friend in theaters and we could not stop laughing. But that song is stupid and funny to me. Okay, I have the fan on. Okay. I haven't seen Moana 2, but at this point, Disney's just doing reboots, and generally it's not great. It'll be a long time before they get my trust back. They're just okay. Okay. Was I gonna do that in gold? I don't think I will. Shiny. So here's kind of my method. I shake up the goop, and then I take the big brush and I apply the goop, and this is, since it's one big piece, I'll probably just do it in one go with the big brush. But if it has tiny details like around here, like these little flaps, I'll do that with the tiny brush. So this is the glue goop water, because when I rinse the brush off and I clean it every once in a while, I don't want to mix the paint water because it might be really weird. Okay. So we're just gonna do one big, like, thick coat. I found it's the most effective instead of doing a bunch of like tiny coats. Like, maybe I have to go back over and do like a coat later. Like a smaller coat, like especially if I did a Sharpie mark on this that I can't see right now. Like, note to self, guys, you can't see if there are any Sharpie marks, and I have no actual clue if it exists on here. Anyways, I just do big globs and then I spread it out. And because I have to move kind of quickly, because if I don't, like, it'll set a little too fast. Like, it does take several hours for it to dry, but the time period in which it's, like, malleable, that's not the right word, but the time period in which it's, like, I can still manipulate it pretty easily, it's, like, 10 minutes. So I don't need to go particularly fast, but it's easier if I move faster, and then I give it enough time to, like, equalize, so that it can make one big, smooth, flat surface, and, like, level itself out. Put simply. Yeah, workable is probably the best way to put it. And for these, like, little cracks here, I have just gone, I'm like, I'm ignoring them. This will dry down, so it won't be nearly as thick after it dries down. So it looks really thick when I apply it, but it'll go away. Okay, so I'm gonna apply some big drops, and then we're gonna switch to the other brush, because we're getting to the point where it's harder to... Okay. But the nice part is, once I kind of get one side, like, complete, like, I don't have to rush to the other side. It's just like, okay. So. The white liquid. What do you think it is? I told you what it is, but do you not believe me? To me, it sounds like you're being a bit sus. Why are you making it weird? Gloss. You definitely... I can smell this. Smell is not good. You don't want to... You don't want this on you. Now, it dries kind of like a glue, so it's not, like, terrible if it gets on you, but... You know, not enjoyable. Alright, let me see.
It is the Baneblade!
Prepare for this to turn blue. Get a little sad about it. Boop, boop. There we go. How? How, my shiny lady? What do you mean, how? I'm putting gloss on this, but Miss Frog, I'm very sad. It turned my Baneblade green. Greenish blue. But at this point we're committing and we have to put it on the whole tank now. So I'm a big sad. Oh, how's my shiny lady? I am good. A little sad about the Baneblade, but you guys can kind of see. Is it turning? No, it's not. That's just the camera. What is it? It's this stuff that I just got for... I saw it and I said, oh, get it. Deco Art Triple Thick Brush on Glaze. Oh, shoot. I was just spilling that everywhere. Okay. I think that got in the paint cup. Hang on. Yeah, it got in the paint cup. Dang it. After I said I wanted to keep them separate. Okay, I guess they're the same thing now. We have two gloss cups, and I have another cup that we will use for the paint. So remind me, this is... Let me go over here, actually, so I don't accidentally do that. Yeah, no, I don't... Definitely not drinking it. There's a reason why I choose really tiny cups for my paint water. It's because I don't want to accidentally, like, pick it up and drink it. How thick are you putting on? Well, so I did a thin one, but it didn't look good, and I put it on thick. And then it started turning blue. But at this point, I'm not really looking for solutions. We're committed at this point. So, it sucks. I've learned my lesson, and oh no, I guess I have to go get another Baneblade I guess I have to paint another one. It's still gonna look cool. It's just not gonna be what I envisioned. Drink it to build up immunity to paint, but it has gloss in it. That's not the same. Yeah. Build up even more immunity. I don't really have an immunity to the paint. Because I don't drink it. Never drank the paint water. I have always been careful about that. Thin layers, otherwise some glazed recipes discolor since it's then thick. It doesn't dry uniform. Yeah, I figured it was something like that happened. But like, I was doing thin layers, but it wasn't getting anywhere. But it's okay. It's okay. It'll still look really pretty. I figured it was something like that, or it was a weird chemical reaction. Because there was other parts of the Baneblade that I did thicker layers on, and it was fine. So it really caught me off guard, but it was to the point where I was like, well, we have to commit. But it's okay. It's fine. It's an oxidation thing. I wondered because it was a very particular shade. I should have asked you before I did it, but oh well, you live and you learn. It will still look really nice. And the color will be consistent, which is kind of the more important part. So, I will survive. I will just be a little sad. But I'm at least getting it done. This has been, I think, 1.5 years in the making. I forget when I started it. It was fall of last year at least, but I think it was earlier than that. Just wouldn't have expected oxidation. Just such an odd, like, for a miniature. But, you know, live and you learn. I don't think I've ever glazed varnished a mini, to be honest. Oh! But you knew that. But you knew that information. Unless you just looked it up on the internet. You don't have to tell me if you did. Okay, 1 second. Big fat coat. It looks really pretty when you apply. Oh yeah, no. Okay, so Froggy, here's the reason. Here's the reason why I was surprised. Because these bases I did, big fat coat, like the fattest coat you've ever seen of the gloss, because this is what I tested it on. Did not turn blue. Did not turn blue, and I have no clue why. Now, the difference is, these were fresh, so this was done within, the gloss was done within a day or two of painting, so this has been sitting a lot longer. But yeah, this, I was like, why is this weird again? Yeah, because these didn't do anything. They're not blue. None of them are blue. That's why. Fear pain, I made a Mauler Fiend when I should have made a Forge Fiend. Now I need to find the body bits for cheap and just make it. Yeah, I will have to see, because what, is the Baneblade kit no longer available? Well, at least not at the moment. It's a very old sprue. I have a messed up gun I gotta fix. Yeah, I feel like it's gotta be something with the older paint. But you know, it's still gonna look nice. Okay. Let me touch up these edges. Yeah, so it's probably old paint. It couldn't be helped. You live and you learn. Oh, but what I will do is I'll do, I'm gonna do my Questoris night at some point, and I'm gonna do this again. But, you know, I'll be more on top of it this time. Okay. It has been glossed. Trap moisture or UV reactive elements? Yeah, but I mean... It's been in my house? Like... I don't know. I don't know, man. But it's okay. You live and you learn. Okay. I'm gonna go with warp corruption. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Oh wait, we were gonna do this piece. Move that closer to me so I can see this better. I'll make sure you guys can see it, but I also need to see this. Okay, here we are. Glob. Big old glob. I haven't really thought about the house temperature. Okay. One moment. Gotta get the brush in the fine, the little tiny areas. This one has more smaller areas, and it's not a huge deal if I end up getting like some of the gold with the varnish on it. It's like, it's all good. But I think because of this, I'm not going to do a matte varnish on the gold. I'm just going to leave it to whatever this ends up looking like at the very end, because I don't want to deal with it. One sec. Oh shoot. I just put my fat fingers over that. Ooh, thank goodness it hasn't really set yet. Ooh, okay, don't do that. You could claim it's the same color as the old Vampire the Masquerade source book. It's a greenish bluish marble color. I mean, yeah, there's some marbles that have this like tint. It's just, it's not what I'm going for. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, well, this was my plan all along. It definitely wasn't. I will be 100% honest. I jacked it up. I jacked it up and it's my fault. No one to blame but me. But I have no, I'm not gonna lie over that and say that was the intent when it just wasn't. But I appreciate you coming up with a solution. Anyways, people still say it looks cool, so I think I can live with that. I think I can live with people being like, you know, that looks really nice. I'm like, okay, cool. I can accept that. And thank you for the bits, by the way. There's nothing to salvage. It is beautiful. It's a way to salvage it. Yeah, yes and no. I don't consider lying to be a solution. At least not one I'm going to use. This is the most unique and interesting Baneblade scheme I've ever seen. I dig it. Thank you, thank you. I was very excited. I still am very happy with the concept as a whole. My Imperial Palace Baneblade. And it'll look really good at the end. So, this is but a hiccup. It's a happy little accident. And I use my paintbrush. Okay, what am I doing? We did that. We need to do... I gotta do this piece here. That's the top. I gotta do the bottom, but we'll do the top while I have you guys here. And occasionally I gotta clean everything up and make it look nice. Like, I have to do a whole thing where I like clean off the brushes because they get goopy after a bit. Because like I told you, the material sets after a little bit, so I have to every once in a while I have to stop, rinse the brushes, shake up the container, because when it's exposed to the air, it dries out and gets kind of firm. I think the coolest thing is that you got a story behind it. Yeah, I appreciate that. I do think it makes it really funny. I am very biased, but I think it's so funny if you just have a Bane blade that's camouflaged to look like the Imperial Palace. Like, honestly, that's the best. But I am very biased. Okay, you guys can still see that. You can't see the details, but you can at least still my hand is still on camera. Okay. Try not to get the gold, but if I get it, it's like, you really can't tell the difference on the gold if you get the varnish on it. It's very minimal difference. It shines a little bit more, but it's not anything I'm upset about. Okay. I think we covered it. I just have a drop there. Okay. I'm gonna set it off in an area where it dries like as flat as possible. Kind of difficult because it's already at like an angle, but do what we can. Okay. Yay! That's about as flat as it's gonna get. There we go. It's less lying and more well. It didn't turn out the way I want to, but it's similar to this other cool thing, so it all works out in my opinion. Oh, I see what you were saying, Dino Fan. I see what you're saying. That is true. It's definitely not something I could have come up with. Okay, we're gonna do... I can do this side by myself. We'll just do these little doors. We're gonna clean the brushes really fast and shake up the gloss. Can I ask what you're using right now? I am using... This is perfect because I gotta put a lid on it to shake it up. Deco Art Triple Thick Brilliant Brush On Gloss Glaze. I just found it at the craft store. I was looking for a glaze and this was what was available. And I said, okay, this works. Never used it before, first time using it, so I was just like, sure. It was like $5 or something like that. So, is it similar to a varnish? Yeah, so it is, yeah, pretty much. I've never used a varnish, but no, glazing and varnishing, they're kind of similar. At least that's what I figured. It's giving the shiny... I wanted a high gloss finish for the Bane blade, so
the Bane blade!
I said gloss, and I said, okay, works for me. But I'm not like a super experienced mini painter, so I could be completely wrong, and there could be some... There's probably some actual differences that someone would correct me on. Yeah, we're not thinning it. We're committed. I don't know how you thin a glaze. It's like water. But I'm not skilled enough to know anything about that, so that's just what we're going with. You spent a year on that Baneblade, that qualifies you as an experienced painter. That would be different if I was like actively spending like all my time on it. It's taken a year to complete, not I have spent a year's worth of time on it. I would not say I am experienced. I don't get into all the little techniques and everything. I say I'm knowledgeable. Like, I know of things, but I'm not gonna say I'm better than I actually am. I know where my limits are, and I am okay with that. Boop, boop. Goopy goop. This up so it dries. That. Flip it over. You can easily fool people with the way you word it, then watch them get really confused as they wonder why and how you spent a whole year painting one model. There seems to be a misconception going around here that I am willing to lie, and I actively try to fool and trick people into thinking things about me. I don't know where this has come about, but the fact that it's kind of come up twice in a stream, in one stream, is surprising to me. Because I don't know about you guys, but I pride myself on being an honest individual. In that, like, I don't like lying. I think it's morally wrong. You should not lie. So, yeah, to like mess with people is different, but like, why would I trick someone into thinking I'm a really good painter? I can see what I can gain from that, but why would I do that? It's not very honorable. Yeah, I'm pretty straightforward. I just want to make that clear, because and perhaps I'm reading into it wrong. That's totally possible, but I want to make it clear that that is not my vibe. This is far from my vibe. It's something I highly dislike, when people try to be sneaky or try to trick people and they lie. I really don't. You could call it a pet peeve, but I feel like that's just be a good human and don't lie. It's still varnish. Then I figure water or airbrush thinner. Yeah, I never tried it though. I'd have to look. I have to look into it. Not even a pet peeve. It's a normal thing to have. Yeah, I'm like, that's kind of fair. But I think the reason I said pet peeve is because I think it bothers me more than maybe like your average person. Like, I don't like the injustice of it. But what about Among Us? See, I suck at those games. I suck at those games. I cannot lie to save my life. I cannot lie to save my life. And honestly, that is perfectly fine. It's better than that one friend I had where he was like, what did he say? It was such a red flag when I heard him say this. I was like, what the heck, my dude? He was like, yeah, like, I'm like really good at lying. Like, oh, yo, what did he say? I can't remember what he said exactly, but he basically was like bragging how he was good at lying, and I like looked at him and I was like, what the heck, my guy? I was like, dude, he said this to me and a friend. I forget exactly what the wording was. I try not to think about this dude because he was cringe. But like, we both looked at each other later. We're like, what the heck? Yeah, I can try to lie in those games, but I'm just not very good at it. You can watch any Among Us game I've played in like a big collab or something. I suck at it. That's okay. And then it's just easier. Just don't lie. Even if it's embarrassing. Here it is. Even if it is embarrassing and like you are admitting to something you really wish you didn't want to admit to, it is better to be honest, because you will get caught out in your lie eventually. And when you do, it will be significantly worse. Something tells me a lot of people can tell when he lies and they just don't call him out on it. I actually don't know. I'm not sure. Because, like, normally I'd be like, well, I don't, like, when he lied to me, could I tell? And I was like, honestly, man was a manipulator and a half. So, like, there is some stuff that I didn't notice for a long time, but I think it was just because I was naive. And I was real stupid. So, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, no, so I do think, I will say, yes. So, while as a whole, I don't think lying is good, there are times where lying is necessary. In order to, like, save people's lives, and keep people safe. Yeah. But, you know, I think as a general rule where there's no, like, threat to safety, and maybe there's some other, out there examples that I can't think of at the moment, but yeah, there are times where I think it is acceptable to lie, especially if you're trying to, if you are protecting someone in a safety sort of situation. So I can agree with that, because I'm not going to be like, you can never lie. Oh, guys, you can see it. Okay, here's the Baneblade we just put gloss on. Can you tell where the Sharpie marks are? So, I'm trying to show you on the camera without touching it. There's that dot in the middle. Sharpie. Sharpie. Does this make me look fat? If someone ever asks you that, you say, don't ask me that question. You're not gonna, like, you're not gonna be happy. Like, people should not ask that question. You just say, don't ask me that question. You leave it there, don't answer them. That's just, I hate that question. Or it's like, you are asking to get hurt. Or if you do answer it, you'd be like, I don't think that's the most flattering on you. But yeah, people should not ask that question. They're dumb if they ask that question. Just don't do that. Don't do that to your friends. Or your partner, your spouse, whatever. Don't do it. Don't do it. You say it's not the most flattering on you, you're a dead, my dudes. That's fair. I don't know. I don't ask stupid questions like that, so I don't know how to answer it. Because it's different, because I'm imagining, usually dudes don't ask that question. I am assuming it's a girl asking the question. So, I don't ever, like, I don't even know what to say in that situation. So, I can't really give you the good girl advice because I don't ask stupid questions like that. Or like that, I don't ask that, would you love me if I was a worm? I think I said it as a joke on stream one time. Like, I made a joke like that, but I don't actually ask that question. It's so stupid. Like, oh my gosh. Just don't ask those questions, man. Make everyone's life easier. Yeah, that is a good answer. Does this make me look fat? Answer, you look beautiful. Yeah. That's acceptable. And you can't, you have to answer that without hesitation, okay? You have to have that ready. You have to have that ready. It's like a quick draw. Quick save. You gotta say that immediately. You cannot hesitate. They can sense weakness. They can sense weakness, so you gotta be fast. Does this make me look fat? Sorry, babe, I don't answer stupid questions. You could say that too. I don't know if that'll go well for you. You could say that. Just say yes and enjoy the afternoon alone. You can do that. That is a response. What kind of worm? If someone was a certain worm type, would you leave them? Be like, no, you're a night crawler. No, not staying with you. But if you're just a regular, like, banded worm, yes. I don't know. Ew, let's not talk about that kind of worm. That's gross. That's gross. That's pretty gross. We're not gonna talk about that. But a caterpillar isn't a worm. Unless we've got someone in here who knows insects or has access to Google and can tell me if caterpillars are worms, but I don't think they are. They're two, because one usually is like a butterfly or some sort of moth. Those are gonna dry. Yeah, that's what I thought. Caterpillars aren't worms. Yeah. Not the same. Worms are just boneless snakes. Change my mind. I think there's a little bit more to it than that. If we're being honest here. I think there's a little bit more to it. Because worms are insects. And snakes, they're cold-blooded. So I already think there's a difference there. I don't know what I want to do here. I'm holding it, but I don't know what I want to do. Let me set that down. I'll come back to you. We're gonna do some touch-ups here. Would you still love me if I was a Lehman Russ tank? That's an excellent question. And if you were Dorn, you know what he'd say? He's like, I would love you even more. We're just gonna do a really like thin coat over here. I don't want it to change the color too much, but I need... It's not smooth if I don't do a thick coat. That's the irritating thing. It needs to be thick, otherwise it doesn't dry smooth. And I have to do so many layers. Okay. So that one's good. We're gonna do these little flat sections. One thing that will look nice is that this color is like a sea glass. It's kind of pretty. Oh, bro, I don't know if this is gonna work. I already applied the gloss, and the Sharpie is already, like, going through the paint. Like, the Sharpie mark is, like, still, like, it's starting to shine through. I'm like, bro, I just applied this. Note to self, if you're gonna gloss something, don't use this gloss if you marked it with Sharpie. Because, let me tell you, it will call out that Sharpie. Okay, we're gonna leave this because we're only gonna do these flat sections. I'm worried the Sharpie's still gonna show up, that I'm gonna paint over this, and it's just, well, it is what it is. It's fine. Off. Okay. Oh. Okay. I have a cautionary tale for all of you. I would like to warn you about something. You guys will find this funny. This is a cautionary tale. So, do you ever, like, make... You know, you can have coupons where you get, like, good deals at the store and stuff like that. And probably at one point, like, in your life, you, like, were probably, like, 4 or 5, and you're young, and you made, like, coupons for your parents, where it was like, oh, I'll clean my room, or I'll do this, and I'll do this, like, I'll do the dishes, or, like, I'll take out the trash, something like that. Like, you know, you guys know about those, right? Does anyone have to do that? I'm kind of curious. Because I know I definitely did that once or twice during my time as a kid. So, as a cautionary tale to all of you, do not, when you are 12 years old, make a coupon book that you give to your dad. Because you think, oh, this will be really nice, because then this is, and it has a bunch of stuff in it. So, like, 1, I like making breakfast sandwiches with my dad. Like, that was something I did, like, before I went to school. So I did that a lot. So I had coupons, and there was like, I will make you a breakfast sandwich, like, whenever he wanted it. Okay, cool, works. One was like, oh, we can, like, hang out and do whatever all day. Yeah, so, I made a coupon book when I was, like, 12, and I put a lot of fun things on there. And it was like, oh, I will pay for a movie date. I'll pay for dinner, and we'll do this, and we'll do that. So when I gave him a gift for, like, Father's Day, I dumbly put on the coupons that they never expire. So, do you know what I did last night? You know what I did last night? My dad, he told me, he gave me a heads up. So I knew about this like a week in advance. He was really happy. You know, he has kept this coupon book. And he cashed in last night. He was like, hey, well, he told me a week in advance, so I already knew about it, but he's like, we're gonna do that movie date thing, and you're gonna pay for it with your adult money. So I hung out with my dad, so I bought pizza, and then we watched Christmas movies. But it was like, it was great. I had a good time. But yeah, when I first made that book and I gave it to my dad, he's like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna save it for when you get older and you like actually have money. And he has saved it. He's used some of the coupons already. So he used one after I gave it to him, within like a couple of years after I gave it to him. And then there was like one for like breakfast sandwiches and stuff. He already used those up. But now like the big ticket ones are like, okay, we're gonna go out on like a daddy-daughter date, and I'm paying. And then like I think a couple, like one or two of them are like, I'll organize a day where we can like hang out and do stuff, like, and I'll pay for all of it. Pure dad moment, but that's really sweet of your dad. Thank you for the bits. No, it is really sweet. I was gonna show you guys the coupon, but I think I left it in my bag. Because when I went over last night, I was like, Dad, I'm gonna need to see a coupon. You're gonna need to give me the coupon, please. You need to redeem that. So wait, does that mean all the donations and merchandise purchases go to buying dinner for Spider Dad? I don't know if he'd ever pick a place that was like super expensive. He's joked about it, but I think he could at some point. It is possible that some of your donations go to me funding daddy-daughter dates with Spider Dad. He waited till inflation to make a kid a better deal. That stonks. That's sweet in Lisa funny kind of way. Yeah, I'm not actually mad about it. It's like really sweet because I forgot about it. He hasn't cashed one in like 5 years. In 5 years. And so he's like, hey, you know, in a couple weeks, your mom's gonna be out of town. I will be so lonely. I have this coupon. Will you come over? He didn't say he was gonna be lonely. My dad's the kind, he can just chill by himself and he's good. But he was like, I would like to cash this in, please and thank you. I'm like, yeah, okay, we can do that. I forgot all about them. So let me, hang on. Are you guys willing to wait while I go find it? I have to make sure. I don't think it has my name on it, but I have to go look. Will you guys give me like 30 seconds while I see if I can find it? Because I took it. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, I'm like reading this like 50 times to make sure my name isn't on it. It's not, but so here's the coupon. So this coupon book has like it has like 4 or 5 pages with 2 coupons each. So here is the coupon. One movie date at a movie at home or in the theater. I will pay or make the snacks. Expiration date never. They all say this. I was like, I thought it was so sweet when I made this. I was like, yeah, they won't expire because that would be like mean if they expired. So here is the coupon. You like my, what is it, Comic Sans? No, I printed it. Like I did it when I was like, I had like, it was like that because I didn't have a gift for Father's Day. And I was like, I want to do something, but I don't have anything right now because my dad's not really a gifts kind of guy. Yeah, no, the exclamation point, it mocks me. It mocks me. It's like, yeah, never expires. No, it is really sweet. In my kid brain, I was being really nice. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. And I mean, it was fun. We had a very nice time. I got pizza from our favorite pizza place. Well, that's what he wanted, so I bought that. And then we watched movies. And he is not very good. Well, he says he's not the best at wrapping presents. So since, you know, my mom was like out of town, he was like, hey, do you think you could wrap her presents for me? And she loves having the presents wrapped. So I was like, yeah, because I love wrapping presents. It's really fun. Oh, they're there. I gave him the ultimate weapon. Yeah, I did. I really did, man. So I figure you guys would like that story, because that's what I did last night. So I hung out with my dad, ate pizza, and wrapped presents. My niece made a drawing of Nutella with a little face for me to buy one for her. I still have that drawing from 8 years ago. Oh, that's really cute. That's adorable. Let me throw this away. There you go. Shake this up. Same as my dad, he just buys whatever he wants. Whenever I ask him what he wants as a gift, he'll always say socks and underwear. Honestly, as an adult, I actually need socks. I need to get more socks. Because I got a bunch of socks when I was, like, younger. I would say it's probably, like, several years ago. But now they're all starting to wear out. I'm like, oh, shoot. I need to get more socks. So I'm like, actually, socks are great. If I get gifted socks, that's fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, socks and underwear. I won't comment on the... Never mind. I'm not even... I shouldn't even go there. But yeah, I figured you guys would enjoy a wholesome Spider Dad moment where we hung out. Oh, I guess... What did chat do? What happened? Did something happen to chat? I'm so confused. Nothing happened yet? Nothing. Nothing yet. Wait, what? Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing then. I'm confused, but whatever. This is the part of the Baneblade. I have to do it in small, thin coats, because the rounded portion of the turret just... It's not conducive. A nice even coat like a flat surface is. What? Everyone does need like you gotta refresh your stuff every once in a while. And come on, like, okay, let's be real. Is the stereotype true? And be honest, chat, be honest with me. Should you have, like, replaced your boxers and stuff because there's, like, a bunch of holes in it? Because that's the stereotype I hear. But I don't know if that's, like, true. See, that is... Now I actually have a question. Like, is that true? 100% true? Okay, cool. That's all I need to know. Okay, cool. I always thought that was interesting. I was like, is that true? Is that true? As a man, underwear is kept until it evaporates. I mean, it is very economical. They go until they're no longer of use. I've seen one meme where it was just basically a waistband and barely a string, like, left on it, and it was like... the meme was like, chat, are these still... Like, what do you think, boys? Do you think these are still good? It was funny. I was like, wow, that's dedication. I mean, I'm actually assuming it just got shredded in the laundry. But I was like, wow, if that's been there for a bit. Okay, wow, okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. I don't really know what's standard for girls, so I'm not going to comment on the female side of things. Okay. We're globbing this one up. Oh, ooh, we're good. Anyways, the tank is coming. We got mods are like, we got to get Aurelia off this topic. Holy cow! How do we moderate this? How do we moderate this? Okay, I need a couple skinny pieces. Are they in this bag? Yeah, they are. Okay, we need more of those. Oh, that has a dot on it. Shoot! I'm trying to find pieces that don't have dots so that I don't like have to keep doing more coats. But I think we're hosed, chat. We're hosed. We're so close to getting her to spill female secrets. I'm happy to answer some questions. Just keep in mind, you know, I'm still an emotional I'm still an emotional female at times, but I like to think I'm down to earth about a lot of stuff. So if you have questions and, like, you know, they're not inappropriate, I'll answer them. Isn't the stereotype with girls' clothes that most of it in the donation hand-me-down stores until they're full of them? Like, that when girls buy clothes, they end up going, like, they end up not wearing them and they go into the donation pile? Is that what you're saying? Like, is that the question? Because I will answer the question. I just want to make sure. No, I'm not explaining memes. I'm not explaining memes. I'm not doing that. Talking about female secrets, okay? We'll answer. I'm working on a 6-inch statue size elf cleric I printed. Ooh, that sounds nice. If you got pictures, you should post them in the Discord. Okay, so I did this one already, so I guess we'll stick with that one. Which ones have Sharpie marks? Those ones have visible Sharpie marks. But I think they will all... I need 4. So we'll do these 2 because they look similar, and then these 2. If I need to do more, we'll do more. Could we gloss the Doro? We could, but, so the purpose of coasters generally is either to protect the countertop from liquids or like to protect it from heat. Usually both, which is why they're made of like a ceramic or sometimes a wood material. I feel like if we glossed it, it wouldn't look good anymore. Like it would look odd. So I really don't want to. Even though I have other coasters like identical to this one, I don't want to risk it. I like it too much. I like it too much. I love this chat. It's so funny. I'm like, I will answer your questions about female secrets. And the questions I get, it's like, what is your favorite faction in 40k? I'm so happy to answer that. I love Custodies. I love Blood Angels. I think the Necrons are kind of cool. Oh, that is gloss. You're right. Oops. Thank you. There you go. See, it actually peeled off really nicely, like almost like hot glue would peel off. So that's good. So those are my favorites. Favorite factions. I'm Imperium pilled for the most part. I do have some sister battle models, but that doesn't mean they're my favorite faction. I think they're really cool. I like how they're like, they're like, they're not transhuman, but they're like incredibly brave. Like, honestly, it's pretty cool. You can't deny it. It's just like, in terms of like painting and color schemes, I don't find them as appealing. I really like gold, and technically I could paint them gold, but I like the Custodes models better. I'm sorry, no, it was off of topic. No. I thought it was really funny that, like, I said to chat that you guys could ask me female secret questions, because I don't usually open the floor to that sort of thing. And the first question after several like seconds was that one. No, you're fine. I'm happy to answer that question, because people who don't know anything about me, you're like, well, what is her thing? What is she like? No, I have no problems with that. I thought it was funny, and I was commenting on it. And I think that it says a lot about chat that they're like, nah, we don't really care. We don't really care. Who cares about females when you have Warhammer? So stupid. Sorry, I'm being a bit much. So is the Goodwill store thing a stereotype or no? So I will say, girls, I depending on the girl, I like to do the thrift shopping. Personally, I'm not a super like trendy girl, so I don't know what all the new fashions or the color of the year is. I don't know, but it's not unsurprising that a girl will get something cute and then just not wear it or forget to wear it. Sometimes it's like the most like perfect, like you have to wear it for like the most perfect thing, and that's what kind of holds up a lot of people or girls when it comes to like wearing that stuff. Has your favorite fantasy faction changed when you started learning about them? I'm sorry to disappoint you, Derek. I still don't like the Dark Eldar. I still don't like them. For fantasy, I think the Skaven are still pretty funny. But I've been mainly listening to like Gotrek and Felix, and honestly, they're such a vibe. I really like the dwarves, honestly. I think my opinion, like I like dwarves, but I really like how the dwarves are portrayed in Gotrek and Felix. I just finished Demon Slayer today. Very good. Very good. Good book. Ooh. Oh. Ouch. Will I be collecting epic scale 40k? Ooh, one thing at a time. I gotta paint all my other stuff first. Is the lack of pockets in women's fashion really as bad as the memes claim? So memes are memes for a reason. Usually it's kind of like like stereotypes, they kind of exaggerate things. But I would say when it comes to like specifically, let's talk about like jeans. So jeans for women typically are more form-fitting. That's just what women like. And naturally, as a result, when you have something that's more form-fitting, your pocket options are minimized. You can usually, those jeans have back pockets, and those are good for like your phone and your wallet. You just can't hold your keys in there. The front pockets basically non-existent. You might have a pocket, but it's like the best you could probably do is put like a credit card in there or maybe some cash. That one was crunchy. Yeah, sorry. That one, I was a little stiff. I was a little stiff, my dudes. So yeah, and I mean, naturally dresses, I think a lot of companies are doing better about this now, but most of the time dresses don't have pockets, which is honestly fine. It is fun when they have pockets, when you discover the pockets. That, I will give you that one 100% for free. If you ever see like the meme where it's like, it has pockets, like dude, that's like almost every girl. If they discover a dress has pockets, it's instant love. Love at first sight. It's pretty great. That one, I'll give that to you for free. They're being 100% honest. It's not even like a joke. They're being genuine. My bestie will only buy men jeans because of the pocket. She refuses to have a purse. Yeah, it kind of depends on the situation. Sometimes, like, I like to travel light, so if I'm wearing like jeans or like shorts, like I minimize like the amount of junk on my keys so that I just keep everything in my pockets. But sometimes having a purse is nice. Like one thing that I really hate, I guess we can call this one a pet peeve. I hate getting hangnails. So hangnails are terrible. And like if I don't like trim them right away, I usually mess with them throughout the day. So one of the things I like to keep on me is a pair of like nail clippers so that I can trim the hangnail. Personal preference, but usually you kind of have to have like a purse for that or a small bag. So it bothers me enough where I'm willing to have a small bag. And usually I keep a pen in there if I need like a pen for something. Like if you're at a restaurant and you're like signing the check or something and then the pen is dead, you can just pull out your own pen. I don't think not wanting hangnails. It's just the fact that like, if it sits there for too long, it starts to bother me, then it becomes a pet peeve. So. You would think that designers would start just adding pockets to women's clothing at this point. So it's not that they don't, it's just women are complicated. Women want form-fitting clothes, but they also want to be able to like have pocket space, and you can't have both. And there's already just like a thing where like most women like will have purses anyways. So it's kind of like, I think maybe, I don't know if let me think. I feel like perhaps the complaint comes more from women kind of like myself that are more tomboyish and would like to not be constrained by a purse. Because I will say, the thing about having a purse or small bag, because you know, like the fanny packs are now like back in style, it's that like you have to keep in mind where it is because it has all your stuff in it, and that's kind of annoying. You know, not a big deal, you know, first world problems, but when you're just trying to be like on the go and like just do your own thing, it is kind of annoying. But I would say the girls who are into fashion and stuff don't really care as much. It's more like if you're trying to be mobile. But you know what I really like? I really like the development of leggings with the side pockets on the thigh. That is great. Love that. That is my favorite. You know, still makes it annoying to like for your keys because your keys don't really fit slim to your body, but you still have a good pocket for your wallet because I have like I occasionally have like a thin pocket wallet. And your phone, at least. Those are great. Great. I shall invent the form-fitting cargo pants. I don't know if they'll be cargo pants at that point. So I don't think it's completely the designer's fault. It's just there's a lot of different preferences when it comes to women's clothing, and women, I think for the most part, want to look nice enough while like maintaining like your own stuff. Like you know, I like holding on to things, so it's just a fine line to walk. I can't say I blame them. Women are tricky. I keep a pocket dedicated to sand. You hit me with the pocket sand meme. Isn't that why hoodies are a solid choice for women, since it got a large pocket and comfy too? I mean, those are really, really nice. Especially in the winter. You get a good hoodie, you're like, yeah, this is the way. It's wonderful. But you can't always wear hoodies. Like, some places in the summer, hoodies are just not, you just can't. I've lost hoodies in the past. What does that mean? Does that mean you lost them to a woman? This is an important question. Do those two look the best? My nose is itchy. You lost them to a woman? Congratulations. Unless you got mugged. gosh. So messed up. Yeah. Women also steal hoodies. You think you will see it again? You will not. She owns it now. It is now her hoodie. Was it ever really yours in the first place? We've all lost hoodies to a woman. I didn't want to assume. I didn't want to assume. I didn't want to assume. I'll have it be known, I have returned hoodies. Like we said before, I'm an honest individual. I return the hoodies. Yes, I steal them in the moment, but when the breakup happens, the hoodie is returned. Feels weird to hold on to that sort of thing. Like, I don't know. A little creepy. A little creepy. One of the good ones. I try to be. Some men lose their hoodies, but no! Stop that! No, we're not. No, 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 no. Euphemism blocked. Mods, get that guy. No, we're not talking about that. I was talking about actual hoodies. I was not suggesting anything. I'm just here to paint my Baneblade. I'm just a girl painting my Baneblade. Let's see, hang on. Wait, I want to see this message. I lent a hoodie to a friend. His girlfriend ended up giving... What a horrible day to have eyes. What a horrible day to have eyeballs. What did I don't... This is the sort of thing I need to read before I start talking and reading it out loud. I mean, I have questions. Was it like an accident? It was by happenstance, or was it like an intentional choice? Because like, oh my, that is a choice. Like, I hope it was just an accident, like that she happened. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 use of the exterminatus button. Well said. Actually, you know what? Mods, can you give him his points back, please? Can you give him his points back? That was really good. He deserves that. He deserves that back. That was, honestly, give him his points back, please. I'm gonna do it if you don't do it. Give him his points back. That was really good. See, I said bonus points if it's funny, and impossible with the way you set up exterminatus. Dang it. I'll see if I can do it. Okay. I thought you were saying no, you wouldn't give it back, because I was like, no, that was like perfect though. That's exactly what I want this for. Okay, we need to address this. We need to address this. Okay, so was it an accident? Was it an accident? Was it by happenstance, or did she choose that for herself? Because that's a choice. Yeah, I would just like to know, because that's a very interesting situation. She chose that. How long do your friend have this hoodie for? How long do you have it for? That's my next question. Like, you said years, like how many years? Like 2 years, 5 years? Just, you know, just asking. The points were well spent. They were very much well spent. Baneblade is good, but I'm distracted. We're talking about this heretical thing, and no, I'm not gonna say it because you guys are gonna be confused, and that's fine. I'm not gonna say what it was. We gotta do these little... I gotta fill in these little gaps, the large ones at least. About a year at that point. Yeah, if you had just never gotten it back from him after like 5 years, it's like, okay, that's kind of like he's become a cartoon character at that point, and like, you know, the hoodie is a part of him now. A year? Yeah, did she know it wasn't his hoodie? Oh, that's a good, that is another excellent question. That is another excellent question. That is a choice. I don't like that. That feels weird. That feels so weird. It is like she thought, I assume she thought it was his. Would you like to wreck her world? No, don't do that. Do not tell her. Do not tell her. You cannot tell her at this point. You can never tell her. You can never tell her that. Dude. Oh my gosh. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. No. That tell the child, no, that's the sort of thing, like, it gets weird because, like, gosh. Okay, so the next question now. Did your buddy know she was gonna do this, or did she just decide this on her own? Because I feel like there's an element of, like, did he tell her that it wasn't his jacket? Because that's the next question. It's like, hey, you know, this isn't my jacket, it's my friend's. I just borrowed it one time. How do we end up like this? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He said something heretical, but I have questions because what the heck? So is the cheddar now like a godparent to the child? I don't know. Are you a godparent to the child? So, I don't know. It's a great question. If she told him ahead of time, he should have given you $50 to buy it off you and avoid this whole situation. 100%. Like, that's what I want to know. I feel like the question is, did he tell her? And if he didn't, that's kind of like, that's weird. That's super weird. And he should have given you like even $20 or $30 for a hoodie. Like, man, like, that is so weird. Like, and it's like, you know, like that situation, like, you know, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful process. But there are fluids. And they are not like the nice fluids. They're all the gross fluids all together all at once. It's a beautiful thing. It is a very beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. It is just... that thing is... that article of clothing will never be the same. Don't say fluids. What am I supposed to say? Liquids? What am I supposed to say in this situation? I'm trying to, like, not get into it too much. Like, I don't want to get into the details, but I need to articulate what I'm saying. It's okay, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop. That was my last question. Telling me owes you $20, yeah. Was this recent? Was this like within the past month or two? I just, wow. 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 Never in my life would I have expected to hear that. Over a decade ago. Yeah, you can never say anything about that, ever. That's... He should have given you 20 bucks. At least. Okay. Let me see. Not this one. I don't think... This one is nice, but I can see where the dot is going to be on the... Fine, we'll do these two. With inflation, that would be 60 bucks now. You know, it is what it is. I thought you wanted the subject to change, Shadow. I thought you wanted the subject to change. I was starting to change it. And now you're engaging. We went to money. No. Okay, well, what were we talking about before that? Someone asked me a question. What was it? Someone asked me a question about online dating. Unfortunately, I do not have experience with online dating. I am of the personal opinion that, like, not that it can't work, not that it can't work. People have made it work, but I would prefer to meet people in person. So I don't have any experience with online dating. So I don't have anything to say other than based on what I've seen on the internet, which some of it's wild. Should give him 20 bucks for his silence. Yeah, that too. That too. Better than going off of dating apps. Yeah, I was specifically talking about dating apps. I think anyone that I've dated, like, I've met in person. I don't know, it's just more comfortable for me. So I don't have any, like, actual, like, experience that I can impart. But from what I've seen, it seems like... Well, actually, I don't even know. I would be saying things that, like, I have seen, but I don't have any, like, real, like, I don't have any experience for, so it's probably not worth me saying it. So I will keep my mouth shut for once. Challenge impossible for a VTuber. But yeah, I'm also happy to answer any other questions. If anyone has questions about women or whatever, I'm happy to answer. I don't care. As long as they are appropriate, I will answer them. But on the bottom, what is women? Good question. They don't exist. They don't exist. I am not a women's. I'm tricking you. I'm just another bro. I'm just another bro. So why Custodians not Blood Angels is your army? So I read Master of Mankind. This was a while ago. And I really like the Custodians vibe. They're very much like, you know, they're obviously the Emperor's like yes men, and they kind of like, they can't betray him. But I do just like how, like, incredibly loyal they are, like loyal to a fault. And I just like the vibe. The gold is really pretty. And so I advertise myself as a custodian. So I was like, well, Like, sorry, my brain, I got distracted. I lost my train of thought. I saw something and my brain stopped working. But I really like their vibe. I like the gold. I like the color scheme. And since I'm a Custodes, I was like, well, my first army should be Custodes. So that's the rationale. What's the best element on the periodic table, and why is it silver? Best element on the periodic table. I never thought about that. I never been asked that question. Let me think. I like potassium. I think potassium is funny. I just like that the abbreviation for it is just like not what you expect. Salt is like that too. Not salt. What am I? Sodium. I'm so in it today, guys. I'm so in it. But I like potassium. Saltium, yes! You know that element, salt, on the periodic table? Yeah? I swear I went to school. I swear I took a chemistry course. I know, like, I definitely know what I'm talking about. It's simple, Aurelia. Just talk about the periodic table. And you not even do that. Oh, no. No. Salt? Not. No, no, you say sodium and then you say nah. Second, just checking to make sure I covered all the spots. There we go. What's the gooby stuff we're using on the model? It is a gloss. It makes things very shiny on my model. So we're making it a very shiny Baneblade because the style I'm going for is marble. So so here's one of the tiles that isn't done with the goop. You can kind of see it there. It's kind of got this marble look. We're going for this. It's kind of like the finished product. So it'll be marble and it'll have a nice shine to it. Yeah. Looks really cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been working very hard. To tell you the truth, I've been procrastinating a bit. So I haven't touched this mini in over a year, you know, from a few weeks ago. I started working on it a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I haven't touched it for a while, so it's certainly been it's been a project that I've had going for a bit. I'm finally getting around to finishing it. I think if there's anything else that today I can put the gloss on, because that's kind of like the downside. Once I apply the gloss, I kind of have to walk away and let it all dry, and then come back to it later. Because I can't do anything more. I can't add a second coat because it needs like 24 hours to dry. Might be a bit too early to ask. You looking forward to next year? No, not too early to ask. I'm actually very excited. You didn't see that. I have my debut, so I'm really looking forward to that. Kind of once this year kind of wraps up, for the most part, like I am looking forward to all the projects that you guys get to see me like working on. Like I've been working on stuff for like almost a full year at this point, and I'm really excited. So yes, I am looking forward to it. So yeah, no. Why are women so scary? I don't know, man. It's terrifying. I'm looking forward to next year. I think this was a very good year. And I think next year will be a good year too. Gotta work in the morning and go to bed, and some head to bed. Good night. Yeah, good night, Grom. Have a good night. Sleep well. You too, Dynafun? Yeah, you get sleep. You get the sleeps. Oh wait, you might be saying you're looking forward to next year. No, this was a good year. This is like, I don't know. I can't say I've had like bad years or anything. Generally I've been, you know, I'm generally a pretty happy person even if something goes wrong. I haven't had like a series of like, wow, I just had one thing after another. I haven't had one of those years. So, you know, maybe there's one coming down for me. But we'll see. I had to watch those give me. It was radioactive because I had the radium paint on the inside. Oh, well, that's not good. Generally, you're a positive people. Yeah, I mean, there's, you know, sometimes, you know, life sucks and there's situations that are really crummy, but I always think there's always lessons you can learn. And in a way, like, I think it's a good opportunity to figure out what you can do differently next time if there's something that, like, you can't control. We're gonna have to clean the container. Great. So because it's really goopy, you see on the edges it gets really gross. So we have to clean the edge of the container. Otherwise it won't close, and then if it doesn't close, then we won't have gloss for next stream. Yeah, the squeak, and that's plastic, by the way. That's plastic, mind you. Painting a marble tank on a marble top, at least the surface give you a pattern to follow. That's true. It does give you a pattern to follow, but I used an airbrush and baby wipes, so I would say it was a little easier. Because I did have one stream with like some mini bases that I was attempting to replicate the marble pattern. It turned out okay, it just didn't have like the depth that I wanted. So really, a couple times whenever I'm having a bad day, I kind of rewatch day one of the subathon when you were learning about Warhammer Fantasy. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. I'm sorry you have, like, you know, I'm sorry to anyone who has bad days. I mean, it is a part of life, but that's really touching. I'm glad that you enjoy those videos. Wow. Oh, that's really sweet. I don't usually think of myself as a... it is always surprising to hear that you're a source of comfort for people. You know, even though, like, I don't interact with you face to... like, especially when I don't interact with you face to face. Like, you know, if you have people you know in person, that's... Huh. Rebel Devil, enjoy your night to get the good sleep. The one stream you announced you're having. Oh yes, that was the stream where I said I made the post on Twitter where I said I was pregnant with Sanguinius's child. I did not announce I was having triplets. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. I thought it was hilarious, although it was still like, bro, this is wild. I never thought I would say this. Rebel Devil is not going to bed now. He is staying up. He's like, I'm sorry, the what? I had a subathon and one of the goals was chat writes a tweet, and then someone, I forget who it was, maybe it was Ryan, I don't remember who said it, was like, say you're pregnant with Sanguinius's kid. And I was like, bro, no way. And then chat's like, yes, this is what we want. This is what we crave. We desire this. And they voted for that. It was you. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was Ryan. And it happened. You can see it on my Twitter page. You can see it on my Twitter page. I was about to leave, but what the heck? It's very simple. It's a very simple story. They just wanted me to... That was a reward, and that's what they wanted. I gave the chat what they wanted. And it was really funny. A good chunk of people commented on it. They're like, the heck? Huh? Still wonder what the lore buffs thought of that tweet and Cha-Cha's reaction. Yeah, you know, we'll just never know. We'll never know. Okay. This is gonna be... Thinking I also clean off this top, but I don't want to, like, get the goop in the goop. The dried goop in the goop. What did you name the kid? I'm not... Guys, that was a joke tweet. I am not pregnant with Sanguinius's child. Like... We didn't come up with, names. I think people wanted me to come up with names, but... but I've not come up with any. Congrats on your friend. Why did they... Okay, the auto mod blocked that. I don't know why. But I already bought gifts, Aurelia. I didn't... I told you it was a joke. It's a joke. But what? Okay, well, okay, like, okay, for fun, chat. If that were the case, what is the first kid a boy or a girl? So, is it a boy or girl? I saw the auto mod and got concerned for a moment. You know, you're good, you're good. I saw that and I was like, why did they block that? Like, pregnancy, that's weird. Yeah, sorry, this is a little gross because it's got all this stuff. Coin flip. I appreciate your self-control, Derek. I appreciate your self-control. Probably lad, but a coin flip. Do I have a coin on me? I don't have a coin at my desk. So, oh, I have a die. Oh yeah, I have a die. Okay. Okay. I have a die. I put this on my desk since I was talking to Aya Amane, and she said she had a set of dice with a duck in it, and I said, oh, I have one too. There you go, you see the duck. So I put it on my desk. So I keep a die at my desk. Yeah. So, okay, evens it's a boy, odds it's a girl, okay? Alright, you guys ready? Evens boy, odds girl. Ooh, it's a 6. It's a 6, there you go. There you go. The boy. That is if I was pregnant with Sanguinius's child. Yay, congratulations! So, there you go. I still don't know what a good, like, Warhammer boy name would be. You know, for Sanguinius, it's gotta be, like... It's gotta have some, like, gravitas to it. Erebus Jr. Mods, ban that guy. Ban that guy. Ban him. Don't actually ban him. Bonk him on the head. Flicidius. Wow. 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 Jay, make the art. What do you want Jay to make the art of? Congrats. She even got a blue towel for the reveal. That's a shop towel. All shop towels are blue. At least most, the ones that I'm aware of are blue. Aurelia the third. I'm not gonna name my child, especially a child that's a boy, after me. I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm not the kind to like name a kid after myself. I feel like it's harder for girls to like, for guys I feel like it's more standard. Like you can name someone after yourself as a guy, but as a girl it just feels different. I don't know. Sanguinius Jr. Yeah, no, see, it's got to be different. I think Sanguinius would advocate for him to have his own name. He'd probably say something like he's his own person. Like, it'd be really profound and cool. He's like, he's his own person. If he had my name, he would feel the desire to live up to who I am, but I want him to be so much more than that. Like, it would be something based like that. It would be something based like that, in my opinion. Night, Carol. So it has to be, it can't be Sanguinius. Adam? Adam's not a bad name. But I don't know. See, there's like so many options. I think pre-heresy there'd be a decent possibility Sanguinius would want to name his firstborn son after one of his brothers. Oh no! Oh, but that feels so accurate. I think he would be inclined to name his son after Horus. Probably spell it like the way you did, H-O-R-A-C-E, instead of Horus with the U-S. Oh man, the character development. Oh, that's so brutal, man. Dude, oh, that's so messed up. That would be so messed up, but like, dude. There you go. See, look at that. That went on really nice. We had to clean it up. It gets all goopy if I use it for a couple hours. Dude, okay, that's like perfect. That's perfect. I can't lie. Like, that is too good. It's too good. I feel like there's no other good name. That's not true. There are other good names, but like for maximum damage, maximum emotional damage. No, don't kill him. Don't kill him. Being the first of the Blood Angels killed by the Sons of Horus. Well, here's the thing that I have questions about. Would he actually become a Space Marine? Because, you know, obviously there's a whole like debate as to whether or not the Primarchs can have kids. Most people think they're infertile, which I kind of agree with. That kind of makes a lot of sense because you're really like kind of jacked with them a little too much. So I don't know if they would actually be able to have kids as a result. But, you know, assuming one of them did, and they're like half transhuman, but like really like half demigod already, so it's a demigod. What does that even look like? Are they, if it's like between a human and a Primarch, like what is that? Huh? I don't know. It would be OP if the Primarchs could have kids. They just replace the rest of humanity. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Deathbringer. I'm glad you really like the collab. Hope you get invited to one of his podcasts soon. Yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, so, you know, my opinions on the matter are just very minimal. But thank you so much for the kind words. He becomes a one-winged angel. That's not how genetics work. That's not how genetics work. Half Primarch, half Eldar. Wait a second. Half Primarch, half Custodes. Full stop. Full stop. Not half Eldar. It would be pretty OP. No, I was reading it. Just because I read it doesn't mean I agree with it. Just because I tweet it doesn't mean it's true. Chat, don't believe everything you see or hear on the internet. Don't you know these things? Don't you know these things? That assumes Primarch genetics work like genetics. Okay, but okay. Okay. In the chance that they can have kids, that they're viable, and that they like actually can grow up and they develop and they're not stunted in any way. It's not in what we're discussing. He's not just gonna get one wing. He's gonna have wings or no wings. It's like one or the other, or he has wings but they're kind of weird and they don't work like the way his dad's do. So that said, I'm saying he would probably be, so between Custodes and a Primarch, he'd probably be kind of closer to the Custodes height, I would imagine. His wings are bigger than his dad's. If he was taller than his dad, yeah, because usually I would imagine it deals with your height, because the wings need to be massive in order to carry like a human-shaped body. This stream autoplayed for me 2 hours ago for reasons unknown, since I don't watch VTubers and I don't even know how to play the tabletop. So the Hoodie Baneblade stream is my first exposure. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mike. I hope that didn't put you off this stream, because I was certainly surprised to hear about the hoodie situation as well. But thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's see. So I would say he'd probably be closer to like probably Custodes height, maybe a little taller, because I think Sanguinius is about 12 feet. 12 feet tall, Custodes at about 9 on average. Bro pulled the legendary first VTuber exposure. I'm not like other VTubers. I feel confident in saying that. And not in an arrogant way. It's just kind of how it is. My vibe is different. So the fact that you enjoyed this makes me laugh. We're all over the place tonight. It's not what I was expecting from today either. He'd probably have a lot of his dad's features, I think. So about the Baneblade. The Baneblade, we talk about the Baneblade, that means stream's gotta end soon, because I think I've done all the pieces that I can, like I've glossed all the pieces I can gloss. So basically it's 24 hours until they're dry. So he's not Flappy Bird. That's not his name. It's gonna be Horus, because that's like really perfect and poetic and downright depressing. And I'm a sucker for I'm an absolute sucker for tragic backstories. Yeah, so the lore, depending on the writer, kind of plays it off in one of three ways. They're either straight infertile, there's chemical castration, or brainwashing, so that all the energy goes towards combat. It was made clear, though, that if Space Marines had children, they could pass on their genetic traits, but the Emperor didn't want that. Anybody who wants... No, yeah. So yeah, I would agree with that, because obviously the lore says they just don't. They just don't, and honestly, it'd be a dumpster fire if they did, so thank goodness for that. For Space Marines, would Aurelia and Sanguinius be nice? I think that would be great, but, you know, I'm not gonna be like, GW, you have to change the rules so that my OC... Fulgrim was married, yes, but doesn't mean he had kids. He's married multiple times, actually. I'm not like other VTubers. Understatement of the year, fam, you rock. Well, I appreciate it, man. That means a lot. I appreciate that. I try to be cool. But I feel like that was just awkward. Gosh, I'm embarrassing. I'm so embarrassing. Oh. It's so good my dad doesn't know about this yet. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Fulgrim did what? Yeah, he was married. And Fulgrim the Palatine Phoenix, he's talking to basically a representative from Terra, and they were talking about that he was married, but he initially loved his wives, or I assume it was wives, the people he was married to, but after a time he, like, love was a luxury he could ill afford. I think that might almost be an exact quote. So for a little bit he did, like, actually have feelings for them and cared about them, but, like, in the sort of situation he was in, like, those people could be used against him. We're here for the embarrassing things, yeah. Fair. Feel like Spider Dad will be proud to know that you've got 100 persons being silly with you 3 times a week on the internet. Well, it's a little complicated. I would need to kind of preface a lot of things when telling him this, because I think some of the stigma that goes with streaming, especially female streamers and like content creators, you know where I'm going. I think initially he would have concerns, but I'd have to do a lot of prefacing and be like, okay, so here's the gist, this is what I do, this is why I do it, and this is how I go about it. And then I think he'd be like, okay. He would still find it odd because just, you know, the technology's different from when he was like, he wouldn't be used to it. So I think it would just require a lot of being like, okay, this is kind of how it is. This is what I do. This is what I don't do. And I think he'd be okay with it. It just requires a lot of explaining and a lot of patient talks. Lamau is the base freehand. The base. This? So. Yeah, generational gaps is a little hard to explain. I think he would just be really concerned that I was not being safe on the internet. To put it in the most simplest way, he'd be worried that I'm not being safe and that I'm making bad choices on the internet. But I am being safe, and I'm making good choices on the internet. You are cool, I think, probably. Cool, I'm glad you say that. It's definitely not cool in high school. We do forget YouTube. Oh yeah, there's more on YouTube. There's more on YouTube. I see them. So, yeah. You know, I think there are some things that dads should be concerned about with their daughters and the internet. Like, I think it's fair that they'd be like, everything good there? But, it would just require some explaining. I'm not too worried whenever we get to it. Whenever we get to that point, I would love to have, Spider Dad on a stream if that's possible. It would be awesome. Good choices. You're having a demigod's baby and you haven't even introduced it to him yet. Well, okay. Look here. Look. Listen here. That's my original character, not me. Not me, okay? Spider Dad's stream would be wild. I feel like it would be kind of tame. I think it would be kind of wild because you guys would start telling him all the stories I told you, and he'd be like, what the heck? You've told him so much? Yeah, that's Aurelia, not Aurelia. This one. This comment. This one. I love that. I love that acronym. I've seen it before, but I love it. Aurelia. Spider Dad's first interaction with Chad, he finds out he's gonna be a grandpa. No, please don't tell him that. Please don't tell him. He's gonna be like, Aurelia. Aurelia. He's gonna think I'm crazy. I'm simping for a fictional character. I'm like, no, Dad, it's not like that. It's for a bit, Dad. It's just a bit. Wait until Goblin Shark finds out. Goblin Shark knows, actually. Goblin Shark knows. Goblin Shark is the only one that knows. Goblin Shark is my sibling. Because we had a book, it was a shark book, and so we had that, but at one point I pointed to the picture of the goblin shark and I said, no, that's you. So that's that's goblin shark. Who is Goblin Shark? Same sibling. I know YouTube's a little delayed, so you'll get it in a second. Yeah, that's yep. Look, you don't love your siblings if you don't, like, insult them a little bit. How did Goblin Shark find out? They've known for a bit. I got really excited when I first started streaming. This was like 1.5 years ago. And I told him, like, oh, I just hit, like, I forget what the milestone was, but it was like, oh, I hit like 10,000 followers on YouTube or something like that. And so I was really excited. It's a bit complicated. There was a reason I said something, because sibling was like, hey, I feel like we've gotten kind of distant and I feel like I did something to upset you. And I was like, oh no, you haven't done anything to upset me. I am just being secretive. So I kind of explained what was happening, because I was like, oh no, I'm not being distant, like, I'm just being secretive. And then I told him. No, don't worry. Magos Melon, you can talk as much as you like. Don't care. If VTubing doesn't work out, you always be a 40k gun tuber. That would be fun. That would be fun. I would need to learn more about guns. Poor Goblin Shark. It was fine. It was like a period of like a month or two where, like, it was probably a little tense. But it was fine. We're good. We're good. That was a while ago. So we're all good. Oh, okay. So I have done all the talking that I can manage to talk. Remember, your dad has to remember to use your avatar's name. Oh, he's a sharp guy. I think he would. I would, if Spider Dad ever joined on a stream, it would require a lot of, like, training. He's smart enough, he wouldn't do that. So, yeah. Or just do a VOD and not risk it. That's true. But part of it would be like getting chat's reaction, because one of the streams, I guess I want to. Oh, that could be fun. But I want to do one where it's like you ask Spider Dad for advice. Does Goblin Shark watch your streams? No. Fairly confident, no. No. It does make me a little sad, but you know, they've got their own stuff going on. But ooh, that's pretty cool, Deathbringer. I'll have to look at that. Or you would give her a silly name. Maybe. Anyways, okay. So this was a solid stream. I can't do anything more. There's nothing more I can paint. There's nothing more I can put like a gloss on because it all needs to sit for at least a couple hours before I put another coat on. And I'm not gonna sit here for 6 hours and then do another layer. Let me see if we're going to do a quick little look. It's a Wednesday night, so I don't know how many people are getting up to stuff tonight. 1 second, I gotta put it on the big screen. It's easier for me to see who's streaming. We might just forego. We'll just forego. Excuse me, sorry. I think we'll just forego it tonight. We will forego it. But yes, join the Discord if you want to get updates on when I'm doing more Baneblade. More Baneblade Friday. I want to finish the Baneblade, so I'll be doing more stuff off stream because I want to glue it and put it all together. We'll see if that's possible. Yes. Thank you. My mods they're doing the work. They're doing the work. They're repping all my stuff. And what is... yeah. Anyways. But yeah. So thank you guys for joining. So Baneblade on Friday. On Saturday morning, we're doing Hunter the Parenting, the last 2 episodes, and then we're completely caught up. It's been a great series. I actually have some thoughts, by the way, because I realized, like, my brain was still spinning while watching while watching chapter 5, and I realized, wait a second, there is still a ghoul. There is still a ghoul, and I was like, wait, my brain got so confused because a lot of stuff got thrown at me all at once, like crazy twist. There's still a ghoul, and there's still quite possibly a vampire. Possibly. There has to be. So I'm gonna talk about, I have more theories and more thoughts because I've been thinking about it and I'm like, oh shoot, this is really, really bad. So, what squad should I build first? Tempestuous Scion, Command Squad, Fire Ordnance. Tempestuous Scions. Tempestuous Scion. Do the Command Squad. That one. Yeah, or Kevin's intel is not up to snuff, which is possible. So, we will see. Oh, good to have someone from Denmark. I would like to... That mean you're up. You're pretty late then. Or up early. Probably up early. But, yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. We will see if we can finish the Baneblade on Friday, because I need to finish it this year. I need to finish it, and even if I don't finish it on stream, I will take pictures and send it to you guys. So, I will see you all later. Please do not skip leg day. It is very, very important that you do not skip it. Don't be built like a triangle. I will see you all Friday.